All right, Coach, we'll go ahead and get started.
All right. Well, hey, everyone. I appreciate you being patient. And War Eagle, it's been about a month since we had the last opportunity to get together. And I do want to thank you all again for the press conference, the questions, and looking forward to answering more questions now. We've finalized our staff, and we'll talk about a few highlights with the coaching staff today. And you'll have questions on that. We'll answer it. But our latest addition and last spot in our full-time position, Bert Watts from Memphis, and Bert will coach our outside linebackers and will be our special teams coordinator. Little history on Bert goes back to our connection when he was at Fresno State and was a defensive coordinator. I admired his work. We got a chance to compete against him, did a tremendous job, and his opportunity to move on to Memphis and that experience and with some of the recruiting that he's been able to do, I thought would be a great fit. In the conversations that we had, there was no question about how he fits into this staff and to be a part of this program and his desire to be at Auburn. And I mentioned that in the press conference, that we were looking for not just players but coaches that wanted to be a part of Auburn football and that were going to fit and we're going to be able to do the things as far as development with our players, connection with our players. And certainly the recruiting piece was a major factor for the decisions we made on our staff. And what we've been doing over the last month is focusing on the culture, meeting with our players, getting a chance to build those relationships. Not every single one of them to this point, but working towards that, focusing on recruiting, and then getting our developmental plan in place with our strength staff as we get started this next Monday, full go with our 8 hours and begin that process moving forward. As far as the staff, I just kind of want to go back through them. Jeff Pittman, our head strength coach, was the first guy that was announced. That's a part of our staff, and Jeff brings a wealth of experience and knowledge in the strength program and development area and has designed and put together programs that I've been able to see in the past. Actually, I've experienced myself as a player. And so I know what these guys are about to get ready for and the type of work they're going to have to put in to be successful. But a great developer, great with process, great with technique, and certainly is the foundation of what we're trying to build here at Auburn with our football program. Mike Bobo, he and I have known each other, go back to 2011. Now, that was our personal relationship prior to that. I always admired what he had done at Georgia and the things that he had done with his quarterbacks and how he developed those players. And when I was at Texas, he was at Georgia. We got a chance to get together and build that relationship. And here we are today. I think the philosophies that he and I both have at the quarterback position, as far as the offensive philosophies, those mesh, and then what we're trying to do now to blend those ideas and bring this offense to Auburn, all right, that we want to create. Derek Mason, defensive coordinator. Derek Mason, high energy, great coach, great personality, great connector. And he and I go back to a few years ago on vacations, had a chance to spend a couple vacations together, get to know each other, my wife and his wife, and really just sharing philosophies. And so the connection began there. No one knows you're going to be in a position like this to have a chance to work together, but certainly excited about what he brings, his leadership. And as I've seen right now, just his work in progress with our defensive staff has been tremendous. Will Friend, offensive line, huge area for us, getting those guys up front, developed. Have always enjoyed the work he's done with his players and the way that he's, from the outside looking in, has been able to help those guys establish an identity on the offensive side, especially with the offensive line. I've admired that and getting around him. Good guy to work with, good person, brings a lot of value there. Zach Etheridge, our corners coach. And Zach, one of the things about Zach, when I talked to Dana Holgerson at Houston, had nothing but great things to say. And I've known Dana, and I know how he develops his coaches. And Zach did a tremendous job, tremendous reputation, recruiter. And as I got to get to know him, obviously him as a person, first class in everything that he's done that I've been a part of. Happens to be an Auburn alum. That was a bonus. And then also understands what it takes to win championships. as he was a part of the 2010 national championship team. And we know his story. We know the perseverance, toughness, grit that he showed through his time here. But one thing, when we had a chance on Sunday to get around our players and do introductions, introduce our families, introduce the coaches that were here at the time, it was very apparent when he got in front of the team and addressed them with the War Eagle, and the War Eagle was addressed back. And he was able to communicate to them not only his excitement to be back here at his alma mater, but also really what it means to be an Auburn Tiger. And I know this, I don't know every single word he said, I just know for those 3 or 4 minutes that he spoke, the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and certainly he brought it for every guy in that room, and everybody was on the edge of their seat, everybody standing up was leaning forward, and it was very clear when he left, what it means to be an Auburn Tiger and how much passion he has for this program. So I can't wait to get him out there and get around our guys more, get him on the field, because he brings exactly what this Auburn family is all about to this program. Coach Williams, Cadillac Williams, did a tremendous job when we had a chance to talk football and talk about Auburn, but also just his development as a coach, where he wants to go, where he sees himself, and then also fitting into this style of offense and coaching that running back position, which is huge, all right, with our success that we want to have moving forward. Again, in front of the team, talking with the guys, the energy, the reception that he got. He's a guy that everyone knows played here, sacrificed, did many things to be a part of the success of this program, obviously went on and played at the next level. Did a tremendous job, but to be back here, giving back to this program in that position, and I think right now being around him, just excited to be a part of something new. He's been very receptive, done a great job with the connection with our players, and just been a joy to work with him so far, and looking forward to watching him develop with this staff. Coach Schmedding. Coach Schmedding was our defensive coordinator at Boise State. Coach Schmedding is one of the best coaches that I've seen and been around in my career, and brings a wealth of knowledge to the defensive side, understands it back to front, and is a guy that does a great job with connecting with players, and we've been able to see that so far, and I think that group of linebackers are going to be excited about what he brings to the table as far as just his detail, his technique, knowledge of the game, and certainly the experience he's had playing for national championships in the FCS, being a part of a very successful program at Boise, and then obviously having a chance to come here and bring that experience to Auburn. And he's excited. I'm excited to see him around our guys every time I do. You can tell the connection and the relationships that they're building. Brad Bedell, coaching our tight ends, was the offensive line coach at Boise State, understands the run game, understands the fronts, understands all those things that we need to be great at that tight end position, played at the next level for 7 years, knows the physicality, knows the attitude, mindset, and the things that we want to bring to that tight end room so we can play physical and we can be weapons on the field and be able to do multiple things with that position. And certainly understands the system, the offense, very detailed in his recruiting, great connector, and is a guy that with the staff I think brings a lot of energy to what it is we're doing every single day. Coach Rocker, getting a chance to get around him, really enjoyed our conversations, and great player at Auburn, bleeds orange and blue, no question about it, and certainly is a guy that with his experience, knowledge, and his approach, the way that he has dealt with players, the way that he's connected with players here, without question, is a perfect fit for what we're trying to accomplish at the D-line position. And then his knowledge and experience in our development of our defense is going to help us without question. Cornelius Williams, our wide receivers coach, got a chance to be around him, a good young coach that's been at Troy, has been here in Alabama, understands Auburn and what that stands for and what that means. All right, and it's important to him, and this was something as we had our conversations and I got to be around him, just the energy, the excitement, the opportunity to be here. I mean, this is for many of us, a dream opportunity and a chance to be at a program like this, and nobody exudes that more than him, and he's jumped in with both feet Been great in the meetings, been great around the players, and very good at recruiting, very good at connecting. And so I'm excited to watch him develop those wide receivers and work with that group. And then Burt Watts, I mentioned him. Just excited for him. He wants to be here, wants to be a part of this staff. He's excited to be at Auburn. And for all these coaches, their families, children, every one of them, this is the place to be. This is where they feel like is the next step for them to be a part of something like this. And as the staff comes together, the cohesiveness is being built. It's been awesome to watch these guys work together. And now that we've finalized the staff, have a few other positions to fill and support staff, now we can get a chance to get up and running completely and be able to start connecting with our players each and every day and start building towards the schemes, the culture, and the things that we want to do in this program. So all those coaches, all the support staff, strength coaches that we have, every single one of them, they're all excited to be here. They're all looking forward to getting our guys back here officially, back started and being around these guys every single day and start to develop this team for 2021.